Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my dolly sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
I wonder what the non-pathetic people are doing tonight.
Good morning, cats and kittens, pups and peaches. It's Susie Q96. We were supposed to have all these big storms come through. It doesn't look like they're going to get us, so mostly all we've had was 24 hours of drizzling rain. Good morning, David. I'm not going to call you David Canned Ham, even though that, I swear to God, that's what I thought he said yesterday. David Canned Ham. Oh, God, I need to clean my ears. I'm an old lady. Well, good morning anyway. I'm going to try to pick up where I left off yesterday, which was just trying to clear all these coins off my desk, running them under the scope, seeing if there's anything that I need to keep before I throw it all back to the bank. And of course, we're going to give away some more entries for Monday's drawing, where I'm going to be giving away some silver and some other goodies. So we're just going to hang out this morning, and it's too nasty to go outside and do anything, but we didn't really get, the storm kind of went to the east of us more than they anticipated. Of course, they said it wasn't going to get here till tonight either, and now our weather's saying by tonight will be clear. So at this point, our biggest concern is going to be oh, thank you, David. Yeah, I was really surprised. I wasn't anticipating winning anything over there. I just won not too long ago, so that was nice. Yeah, our biggest concern here now is not the storm itself, but floodwaters coming down the rivers and possibly causing us some flooding in a few days. But I think we're going to be all right. I think it mostly went around us. So we got Mike the Greek hanging out. Hi, Suzette. So anyway, I'm going to try and pick up where I left off yesterday. But I apologize about the duck race getting cut off right at the end. But I did take a photograph of the finish in case anybody wanted to question what happened there. Our internet went off and on all day yesterday. The slightest bit of moisture around here and our internet shuts down. Let me see if I can find the end of the duck race here. Put this up on the screen. Let me switch my cameras. Where am I? Camera. Yeah, I need to switch to the other camera for a minute and see if I can pick this up. There is the end. The top three were Archaeology Mikey, David Canham, and Mike Schalise. And like I said, right at the end of it, the internet went out. So, but there's the three people that got those entries. So there we go with that. Alrighty. Hope nobody has a problem with it. There was no, it was beyond my control. I came back in on my phone just to let people know that the internet was down and I could not finish the show. So that's what happened there. So anyway, it is what it is. I got a bunch of oddball pieces of change lying around here on my desk. I'm going to get rid of them, and then we're going to open those 5 rolls of pennies that we did not get to yesterday. Got some dimes here. I don't do dimes very often except for my pocket change, but I need to get them off my desk. So we'll run through. There's about 12 of them. 15. I do have a little cheat sheet that is not fully it's not complete. It came out of a book, but I'll read you real quick. 65, these are for Roosevelt dimes. 65 and 66, some dimes were minted on silver blanks by mistake. Silver dimes would weigh 2.5 grams compared to 2.27 for normal dimes. 67s, look for the DDO in the motto. 68, date and lettering on the obverse side may have doubling. 70s, DDR, look for strong doubling on the reverse. 70D, DDR, look for doubling in the words United States. 74, look for the head showing up on the back side, known as a counterclash. In 1982, look for coins with no P mint mark. Coin has date only on it. So that's a little cheat sheet that I got for dimes, but most of these are appearing to be quite a bit newer and are not falling into any of those categories, but I'm taking a quick look at them anyway, because I don't know what they are. These are mostly pocket change from my bottom of my purse. I don't spend a lot of cash, but I do get cash at times from the farmer's market, which is where I would be today if it weren't raining. No, actually, today I would have been at the church bazaar. I made a little video last night showing what our conditions were at 6:30, but for some reason I could not get it to upload to YouTube from my phone, and I could not get it to download to my email from my phone. So I guess that video is just stuck in my phone for now. Okay, we got rid of those. Put them in the roll it up jar. Now let's go to my nickel cheat sheet. There's quite a bit more things on it. I've got 3 sitting here, and then I got a whole box that we will address later. I just want to get this junk off my desk. There's a 2022 nickel. Nothing exciting there. Don't know if they're supposed to be. Have not studied on it. 1994 P. That's not on my list. I watched somebody this morning, can't remember who, doing a nickel box. All right, those 3 nickels don't hold any excitement for me. They can go in the roller up box. And I got some quarters. I don't know where these quarters came from. I think they've probably... Good morning, A&M Prospecting. I think these have probably already been looked at, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to go back through them real quick. Today I have not been... Oh, yeah, I remember, Michael. Thank you for stopping in and smack me in the thumb on the way out. I'll probably be back on tomorrow too. I can't really go anywhere. The weather just is nasty. And even after it stops raining, our roads are going to be nasty for a while because they tend to hold water. We have a lot of dips here in the mountains where you're fine, and then you go around the corner and go down the hill and there's a big puddle, and yeah, it's pretty messy, and probably will be for a few days. Our drainage ditches, they don't maintain very well. Most of them are overgrown with weeds, and so they don't actually drain anymore. They just hold their retention ponds in miniature. But at least we did not get anything like Florida. That breaks my heart because I'm from Florida. I grew up there. So all of these things that you are seeing on the news, most of these are places I have been many times in my life. I was raised in the Orlando area before Disney. And yes, you will hear me badmouth Disney from time to time. And one of the reasons I do so is that when they built Disney, they did a lot of rearranging of our natural resources in that area. They messed up the water table. I mean, they just really screwed up. That's one of the reasons things don't drain properly there now. And you have all that horrible flooding in Central Florida. It was caused by bad planning. And then they went in at one point and tried to fix it and just made it worse. Did any of you see the footage of the alligators swimming down the street in Orlando? A friend of mine that lives over on the West Coast sent me one of a shark swimming through, I think it was Coral Gables, a shark swimming down the street. So when they tell people don't go out there and wade in the water, there's a good reason for you not wanting to go out there and wade in that water. You don't know what's out there. There's some bad stuff out there. I remember when I was a little girl in 1960, we went through Hurricane Donna, which was one of the worst hurricanes in history in Florida. And after the fact, I mean, we had water in our house. There wasn't anything we could do about it. We just swept it out. My parents had kind of piled the furniture up on top of itself so that we didn't lose too much of it, and kind of barricaded as much water as we could. But when it was over, we got my dad's little, I think it was 14-foot aluminum fishing boat, and we're paddling down the street in the fishing boat, rescuing the neighbors' cats and dogs, and just looking at stuff. And we didn't know any better. We're just out there. But we live kind of out in the country. Now that part of town actually has a big fancy name. It's called Sodo, for South Downtown. But when we lived out there, it's orange groves and dirt roads, orange juice processing plant and things like that. But I remember us doing that, and I think about it now because there was a lake not very far from us, and we used to swim in that lake, and my dad used to fish in it. And it never occurred to me to be afraid, even though my dad actually caught an alligator when he was fishing one day. It never occurred to us that there were big alligators in there that could eat us. We didn't think about that stuff back then. We were just, we just didn't know any better. But people know better now, and they do it anyway. So I don't get it. I've been on my soapbox for a while about the people trapped in the homes on Sanibel Island down in Florida. And they're like, oh, you know, access is cut off to the island and they're having to rescue these people. Those people were told, get off the island. It's a mandatory evacuation. Do not stay on the island. Well, they stayed on the island anyway. 4 of them are dead. Out of 31 that they know of that stayed on the island. If there's a mandatory evacuation, the word mandatory means you gotta do it. If you decide you want to stay after you've been told, you know, if you stay, you're gonna die. I don't think people should be spending thousands of dollars to go out there and rescue your butt. You chose to stay. You are wasting resources and putting the rescuers in harm's way because you were selfish and decided you didn't want to follow the rules. And I think they should leave their butts sit out there until everybody else that followed the rules has been rescued. And maybe that sounds horrible, but what gives those people the right to risk all these other people's lives because they didn't want to follow the rules? I just think that is so selfish. And it's all rich people, you know. So they're getting rescued first, and I don't think that's right. And like I said, I grew up in Florida, so I have opinions. Well, there wasn't anything in the quarters. So now I got a little pile of pennies here, and then we're going to go to the rolled pennies. But let's see what we got in this little stack. I don't know what these are. This is just a... Oh, and I think I just threw a whole bunch of quarters in the penny pot. I did indeed. Those don't go in there. Get out of here. Not that it matters. They're all going to end up in the same place. But it's not where they go. Yeah, it just bothered me watching them rescue all these rich people that stayed because they thought they knew better. And now the Coast Guard guys and all of those people are having to risk their lives to get these entitled people off of this island. And meanwhile, there are people that did what they were supposed to do and still got caught in the storm, and they're not being rescued because the resources are being used on the rich people. Suzette, I'm doing okay. I'm having, of course, the pain from the growth in my eye socket, but it's not bad. It's controllable, and I can see well enough to do my stream right now, so I'm doing okay. You know, I just have to take it, you know, day by day. That's a copper. Today I felt well enough to get on and do stuff, so I woke up this morning, so that's a good day. I'm not under the hurricane. My brother went through it. He lives right outside of Orlando, and some of you have seen my brother in the channel a few times. He comes in mostly during the detecting. This coin actually has a cut in it. I remember finding this one. It looks like someone tried to cut it in half. Or maybe it got hit with a shovel by a detectorist. It's hard to say. That's an odd one. I'm going to set it aside. It's not from the box, though, so I don't want to mix it with the box. these pennies may have come off the floor. Periodically, my helper, Sandy, pulls everything out from under my desk, and we find all kinds of coins down there that I've dropped and just made a mess with. So these are going to count as extras from the box, I guess. I don't really know where they came from, but they have spilled from the box, so we'll just assume they came out of this box. Where's my 82? There we go. 4 or 5 more of these. Yeah, we had a terrible time with internet yesterday. We're on the edge of the tail end. What in the world? Yeah, we're on the edge of the tail end of Ian, but we really did not get what we were supposed to. It kind of got moved over to the east some, so we've just had some steady drizzle of rain for the last 24 hours. Nothing catastrophic or anything. Our main thing now is we're just hoping that we don't get floodwaters coming down the river later. Hi, Louie. All right, we got 5 people in here. What kind of game can I play? What kind of game can I play? Let's see. Oh, I know. We're going to do an easy one here. Let me get set up for it. Yeah, I'm just winging it today, you know. And then we're going to, after we sign up some people, we're going to open some more pennies from this horrible penny box. It has not been a good one, that's for sure. So for a couple of S pennies, a Lincoln Life penny, 1 Wheatie. And so what I'm going to have you do is type into our stream. Oops, I just messed up my desk here. Get back on there. Hang on. All right. So if you want a chance for entries, type in hashtag Go Weenies, all one word. And we are going to pick some folks out for entries to win silver on Monday. Let me tidy my desk, find my book and my pen. Boy, I can lose stuff. I do, man. I lose stuff all the time. I'm so funny. Alright, found my book with my list. Excuse me. That doesn't work. I mailed out a couple packages yesterday. I got a couple here. I'm holding Mikey's for a while because Mikey's has to go to Fort Myers and we don't know what the status of the post office is. So I'll just hold on to his little packet for right now. All right. I think everybody's in because it says 7 entries and 6 people. And the 7th one, it's counting where I typed it in, showing you what you needed to put in there. So, let me get my list set up here. All right. Let's go over here. Good morning, old Bell. Type in hashtag Go Wheaties, all one word. We're getting ready to draw some names for entries in Monday's silver giveaway. So let's all give old Bell a chance to get entered. And then I'm going to pick 3 people to get entries. And then, all right, good job. Old Bell is now in. Let's see who we got coming up here. All right, I'm going to pick 3. And these will be for entries in Monday's big drawing for some silver. First one. I can't win. It's David Canham. David Canham. Yesterday, folks, I'm telling you, we were on AAP and they were saying hi or something to David, and I wasn't paying real good attention, and I swear it sounded like he called him David Canham. Oh, God. I am a mess. So David gets another entry. Alrighty. Next in line. Come on, David. Don't be greedy. You already got one. We're picking somebody else. You can't get 2 in the same game. That's a rule on my channel. You can get 2 in different games, but not 2 in the same game. All right, Scott. There we go. And one more to qualify. Will be Mike Shelley's. All right, we'll be putting some more in there before the stream ends. All righty. So congratulations to David, Scott, and Mike. Hi, Jody. You sneaked in there while I was doing the drawing. Didn't see you there, or I'd have... There we go. David cheated. I don't think he did. I think he just got lucky. All right. Let's open some penny rolls from the worst penny box in history. And we're going to see if there's anything in here, and it's been pretty weak. This box was not your regular penny box. This was a box that the lady at the bank made up. That was part customer rolls and part bank rolls, because the only other pennies they had in there were ones I had already searched. I marked my rolls, and she knows my mark, so she was doing the best she could, but this box has not been the best. But I want to get them opened and checked and take them back to the bank, and maybe we can get something better next time. All right, let's see what we got here. Got my penny cheat sheets out. Ooby-dooby-doo. Hopefully something good will turn up. There's been a lot of copper in this box, a tremendous amount of copper, which has kind of led me to believe that this was somebody's copper dump, at least partly, because it's been way, way more than the normal amount. And I am setting the copper aside. I don't usually keep it because I just can't afford to, for one thing. I always need to take it back so I can get more pennies for us to play with. So that, but I do keep it till the end of the box, and then I weigh it to see how much copper was in the box. So let's look and see if we have a DDR anywhere here. I don't see any doubling. Well, no doubling today. No soup for you. No soup for you. There's an 82. I got a separate container for them. I look at those later because they take a lot of time. At least for me, they do. Another 82. Come on, Wheaties. We need Wheaties. Breakfast of Champions here on Saturday morning. 81. In the copper hopper. Does everyone wear gloves? Why does everyone wear gloves when they fondle the coins? Well, if you are... I'm autoimmune challenged. I have a number of autoimmune disorders. And look at the thumb of this. Coins are dirty. I can get an infection off of coins if I have a little cut or anything. But one of the primary reasons is if you happen upon a really good coin, like let's just pretend that this was a silver coin that came up in your roll, and you're sticking your fingers all over it, you're putting the oils from your hands on the coin. And that can cause discoloration to your coin and decrease the value of it. So that is the primary reason. Mine is also a health issue. But yeah, you don't want, like if this was a really rare coin, you would not want to stick your finger on there, and whatever is on your finger is then transferred to that coin, whether it's oil from your skin or dirt or the potato chip grease from the chips you've been eating, whatever. So it's to protect the surface of the coin and also to protect you from filthy, nasty ick like that. So that's why people wear gloves. And like I said, I have a number of autoimmune disorders, and my skin cuts very easily, so I don't want to take the chance of getting any kind of dirt or something in a wound and it getting infected, because that would not be good for me. So those are a couple reasons why people wear gloves when they fondle the coins. Everybody has their own reasons, but those are the two that I know the most. I actually have these gloves left from doing photography before the age of digital photos, when you had to handle negatives, and you don't want to get fingerprints on the negatives when you're processing them. So I had plenty of these gloves, and I still work with photos from time to time, so I have them. I might as well wear them. Protection. And I have a rare form of psoriasis that only gets on your hands and your feet, and I had it really bad on my hands for a while, so I had to start wearing these back then. So, but those are the reasons why I personally wear them. Yeah, keep your dirty paws off the silver. Exactly. That's it. That is it, Jody. You got it. A copper. Look on the back for the close AM, and it is not there. Like I said, these rolls are terrible, but I gotta go through them. I mean, I brought them home from the bank. I gotta check them. Check them. Every blasted one of them. And because my eyesight is affected by this IgG4 autoimmune disease that has now grown tissue around my right optic nerve, I have to put everything under the scope to be able to read it. So that's why I am even more painfully slow than I was before. Money is dirty. That's why when people are passing it around illegally, they call it laundering money. I don't know if that's true or not. I just made that up. I just made that up. Oh, well, it is what it is. This is one of my favorite ones to look. One of these days I am going to find the one with the double ear. Yeah, I don't rush ever. I just can't. I can't keep up with myself. So it's difficult for me to do the stream if I try to rush. I can't read everybody's comments and the coins at the same time. I got 5 more out of this roll, and we have come up with nada, except some more copper. A lot of copper. And little else. Then there's some rolls in here. The ones that were the bank rolls seem to be like a mix of a whole bunch of new coins and maybe 5 or 6 older ones. Let's try one of those rolls because that one produced nothing. Nothing. This looks like it's going to be all new stuff, which I won't even need to search. Oh, there's one in there that is not a new coin. I'm not even going to look at them, except I'm going to pull that dark one out that got in there somehow. 96D. All the rest, I'm going to say, are 2021s. Oops, there's a second slightly discolored one. A 94. Everything else is a 2021. The whole roll. So I'm not going to waste our time on that because I've opened a couple of other ones and that's what happened. I have no reason to go through all those and waste our searching time. Although I have been told there's a die crack error on 2021s that runs across the neck, but I have never found one. I'll look for them when I roll them up. My friend is trying to call me. I'll have to call him back. But at least I know he's alive now because he tried to call me back. He hadn't called me for about a week. So, all right, let's go back to a customer roll. No, wait a minute. Let's open another one of these bank ones. Get them out of the way. Just get them out of the way. We pretty much know what they're going to be. A bunch of 2021s to there. Well, this is kind of a entry-level channel, so you're in the right place. I'm not new to it, but I don't invest a lot of money in it. I do it for fun. I am not doing it to try to get rich. I'm not doing it to stack money. Hi, cowboy. How's things in the land down under? Boy, he's calling and calling. I may have to answer him at some point here, but okay, get these out of the way. Out of that roll, there's only about 6 we need to look at. All the rest were 2021ers. Come on. There we go. Nothing to look at there. Let's see if we got a wide AM. No wide AM on that one. I'm doing okay today, cowboy. Not too bad. A little bit of a headache, but I have that pretty much every day until they figure out how they're going to treat this. I'm probably just going to have to deal with that. 68D. Goes in the copper hopper. And 77. All right. I'll do 2 more rolls and then I got to move on to another project. I'm getting ready for Christmas craft shows, fall festivals and Christmas craft shows. And I got to fix some stuff. A couple of my displays are a little messy looking. Excuse me. I got to get them tidied up. And inventory my merch. And make a few things that I am out of or almost out of. All right, where's the Wheaties? We need wheat. There's an 82. Goes in that container. 85. I don't think there's anything exciting on an 85. $69D. That can go in the copper. I don't think there's anything. No, I'm looking for 69S. Let me look at this other list real quick. There we go. Well, I'm going to try to work on getting these cheat sheet things typed up a little better so I can put them somewhere where you guys can just download them and have them for your own personal use. They're very handy because I've been doing pennies for a long time and I still do not know by any sense of the word all of the things I should be looking for. On the 84, this is one of my favorite ones because one of these days I'm going to find one. There are some that when you look at his ear, the ear accidentally double stamped. So there'll be an ear there and then there'll be another ear lobe and stuff down here. So that was one that I keep hoping I'm going to find. I have not found one yet, but I think that would be a cool one to find. Yeah, I like Indian heads. I still have the very first Indian head I ever got back when I was 16 years old, and I'm almost 70 now. So, but there was a long period in there. I've told this story before, but the newbies haven't heard it. When I was a teenager, I worked in a grocery store, and my boss would let me put coins aside and buy them out of my drawer at the end of the week. And so I would set all these coins aside, mostly pennies. And I had a pretty decent collection for a 16-year-old. And when I went off to college, I took my collection with me. And someone stole my collection and used it to buy drugs with. So I figured all of that stuff was gone. Well, when my mom died back in 2014, I was the one that had been staying there taking care of her. And so it was left to me to pack up her house and liquidate everything. And I was packing her linen closet in the bathroom. and I found my 2 original penny books. I have no idea how they got in her house because that's not the house I grew up in. I don't know how my mother ended up with those 2 books, but that's all I have left of my original coin collection. And my one original Indian head was stuck in my Lincoln Pennies album. So that's the only reason I still have that coin. Is my mother had them and she had them stashed in the back of her towel closet in the bathroom. So I got those 2 books back. And during the beginning of the pandemic, I started working on them again. And then a friend of mine had passed away, and he had a bunch of pennies and half dollars and stuff in a little one of those little coin boxes, and I ended up with his as well. So I have my collection and my collection of pennies and Tommy's collection, and so I've been trying to finish his albums and my albums, and I could not go. This started out as a metal detecting channel, but during the pandemic, we were kind of restricted on detecting, so I started doing my coins again. And here we are, going through pennies. Penny, penny, penny. In fact, my metal detector name is Penny. I call it Penny because that's usually what I find is a bunch of pennies. Bunch of pennies. We almost got in the wheat field there, but not quite. Didn't quite get there. Didn't quite get there. Close, but not in the field. Copper. Looking at the ears. Oh, come on. Yeah, I would love to go panning. I went once when I was a kid, and I thought it was like the coolest thing. But at my age, it's probably not going to happen now. But just because my health isn't good. But I'd sure like to. And the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to go down to Arkansas where they have the place where you can go dig for diamonds. I think that would be a lot of fun. You go and you pay and you get like you do when you're getting pay dirt to pan for gold. You do the same thing down there in Arkansas. They give you buy a bucket full of dirt and you can go through it looking for the diamonds. I know some people that went and they did find some, so. But right now, my whole focus is trying to get moved back to Michigan where I can get treatment for this rare disorder that I have. They are actively researching it at University of Michigan, so that's kind of where I need to be. But it's going to cost me a lot of money that I don't have. Although I did get a little donation to that cause yesterday. That goes right into that bank account. I can't, it's not anything I can mess with, but that was very helpful. And trying to sell everything I can sell so I can get up there and get back into treatment or get into the treatment. Oops. So that's one of the things I'm trying to clean up all of this stuff that's on my desk. Get all these coins rolled back up, taken back to the bank. I took about $75 back last week. Let's see what I can take back this week. So I want to finish this penny box, especially because it has not been very, it hasn't been a good one. I'm hoping to get us something a little more exciting. Four more pennies in this roll. Which gave us not much. 70. Unfortunately, only 70s that really have anything are the San Francisco Mint. 64. And that killed that roll. We're going to do this last one, and then I'm going to get a couple more people registered. So they can try to win next week when I have the drawing for the September gift away, which will be on Monday on the Lodo coin collecting show. I'm probably not going to have any quarters, but that could change. It depends on how fast I get all this junk rolled up. If I can get it all rolled up and back to the bank, trade it in for something. Remains to be seen. So, nothing there. Yeah, I'm not even finding foreign coins. I'm not finding Wheaties. I'm just not finding anything much in this box. There's a close but no cigar. That into copper. And like I said, I think this box has been, these rolls, the customer rolls especially, have been pretty much picked through. And that they just missed that one lone Wheatie. Oh, man. Oops. Shooting pennies everywhere here. Jackalope! How you doing, buddy? Hang out at the end of this roll. We're going to be giving away some more entries for Monday's drawing for silver. See, I think people are reading things into the use of Indians on coins and as mascots and stuff. I don't think it was meant to be disrespectful. I really don't. I think it was, in many cases, meant to honor them, to recognize them. But people now want everything to be so politically correct that, you know, they want to rewrite history. And you can't really rewrite history. Like, when I was in school, I'm going to use this as an example. The mascot of my junior high, we were the Cherokee Indians. My high school was the Boone Braves. I don't think anybody intentionally was trying to be disrespectful to the Indians. We always took it as the Indians were very brave, and so we wanted to be like them. That's just my take on it. It's like, I was raised in the South, and I'm not necessarily, I'm not for these laws that say take down statues and take down anything that references the Confederacy. And here's one of the reasons why. People can get too carried away with that stuff. And there was an area down in my home state of Florida where some people decided that they wanted to take markers out of cemeteries because they were the headstones of Confederate veterans, and they had CSA on them. So when the town would not agree to remove them, these people went out there and vandalized the cemetery and knocked these men's markers down. That is not right. It's not right. It is so disrespectful. And I don't, if you keep trying to rewrite history, couple generations down the line, these people have never heard of that before, and they're going to do it again because they didn't know it's already been done and it was not acceptable. I see it all the time right here where I live. I see it all the time, and it's ugly. Yeah, we're not doing much here. Not doing much here. But yeah, when I was in school, I didn't consider the fact that my school mascot was an Indian as being disrespectful. We thought, hey, the Indians were tough. They were brave. We want to be like them. They were able to persevere through all the crap that they were put through. And we wanted, we thought that was a good goal. We never looked at it as being disrespectful. You can't, Jody. That's the thing. You can't learn from it if you're not exposed to it. Like, I have in my family tree an absolutely horrible individual, at least by some people's eyes. He was a political prisoner during the Civil War because he lived in the North and his family was from the South. And he was arrested because he and some of his buddies were going around trying to keep people from enlisting in the Union Army. And some of their tactics were not very nice. I'll just put it that way. You can look up a group called the Copperheads, and a subgroup of the Copperheads was the Knights of the Golden Circle. And they were Southern loyalists who terrorized Yankees. That's what they did. And my great-great-grandfather was a member of that group. I'm not proud of his actions at all. But by the same token, I'm not going to try to hide his history, because what he did was terrible and what these men were doing was terrible. I mean, they were entitled to have that opinion, but they were not entitled to burn people's houses down or, try to shoot them if they enlisted. I mean, that's wrong. But we still have loyalist groups like that to this day that think that kind of behavior is right. And that's because they don't know the history and they don't realize this has already happened in our past. And last penny of the last roll, a bunch of nada. Alrighty, well, we got a bunch of nada. That's what we got this morning out of 5 rolls. Bunch of nada. Oh my goodness. Well, let's go back. We got 6 people in here. If you have not already typed in the hashtag Go Wheaties into the stream, please do it now so I can get a couple more people. There's what you need to type. Hashtag Go Wheaties. And I'm going to pick 2 more people to qualify, and then I'm going to go work on some other stuff that has to get done around here. I do things in spurts because I'll have days where I'm sick, and so I just get things done when I get it done. Yep, I have also a stamp collection. I haven't worked on it for about 1.5 years now. Need to. Yum. So I got these 2 pennies the other day. They're stuck together. I got 2020 on one side and 2021 on the other, stuck together. All right, we got 7. Let's see how many we got over here. There's actually 11, but I'm leaving in the people that were here earlier because they were here. All right, everybody in? All ashore that's going ashore. Mike was our last winner. We're going to draw 2 more. Starting now. Whee! Da, 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 da. Scott, you already won 1 today, and you can't win twice in the same contest. So we're going to have to jump over you and try again. Of course, I can't win my own contest either. Luigi! Louis gets an entry. And 1 more before I go out the door. And that one is going to go to Jody. Oh, what a pretty kitty, Jody. Oh, I got kitty. All right. And Jody gets an entry. We will be giving away some silver and some other stuff on Monday on the Lodo show. All right. So we've got only half, not even half of our people signed up. So I think I'm going to pick a couple more. I won't pick a whole bunch tomorrow. All right. Let's see. Let's go back and hit that button a couple more times. See if we can throw some more folks in here. Scott, you already won today. Sorry. Oh, the bell. Oh, the bell. Let's go for one more. Oh. And if anybody sees Team Clambake, tell them they need to send me their address. I can't win my own game. Sorry. Not allowed. Not allowed. Not allowed. David, you already got one today, too. Come on. Let's get somebody different. A&M prospecting. There you go. All righty. I think that's it for now. I'm going to go work on something else for a while. And I may come back on later, open some more pennies, because it's just got to be done. And rigged. Yeah, because you didn't get one, Jack. You'll get one, don't worry. Hi, Butterbeans. Yeah, all right. Well, I'm going to be back probably later on after I do some other stuff for a while, because I still got a lot of these defective penny rolls to open and a lot more entries to get logged in so that we're all ready to go on Monday. So thanks everybody. Please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Go watch one of my videos. I don't care which one, any of them. I need watch hours. I'm almost to 1,000 subscribers. I have 870. I have 878 right now. So I need more subbies and more view hours so that maybe UB2B will give us some money and we can get some better prizes and stuff happening here. So if y'all would do that, that'd be really groovy. I'm going to go check in on my brother down in Florida, see how the hurricane cleanup is going, where he is, and work on some other stuff. And I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for coming. Support your local channels. Bye.